I wake up to my I wake up to my dad shouting at me to get out of bed because I slept through my 6 a.m. alarm. Today was the day of our annual one-day family ski trip. My family always does this every year over winter break because it is something that we all physically can do and all mutually love to do. We usually go to Dodge Ridge, which is an underrated resort in Stanislaus Forest with 12 painfully slow lifts, but even more amazing and exhilarating runs to make it all worth it. Eventually, I forced myself out of bed, brushed my teeth, and hopped in the car to go right back to sleep. I was going to need lots of rest for the eventful day ahead. I wake up from my nap to the cold, brisk air of the Stanislaus Mountains, or more specifically, the Dodge Ridge parking lot. Once we all get our gear on, we head to the first lift and snap into our skis. At this point, I always get flashbacks to my childhood when I would wait for the lift to come and the bench would bump me and knock me down on my feet so my skis crossed and the lift workers would have to stop the entire lift to help me get back up. But luckily, now I've grown out of this and I can get on and off the lift successfully. My family makes our way down the first run of the day, meaning that my two brothers race each other down while I try to keep up, and my parents slowly but surely trail behind them, doing big S turns across the entire face of the mountain, cutting people off left and right. After going up and down this run for a few hours, we all realized how hungry we were and headed back to the car for our usual ski day lunch, sandwiches, potato chips, and Oreos. Lunch is always one of the highlights of the day because it's a time for us to re-energize over food and laughter and enjoy each other's company. Once we finished up, we packed the car back up and headed to my family's favorite area of the resort, which is the back side of the mountain. After taking an obligatory family photo at the top of the lift, under my mom's request, we head down the run that is my personal favorite, called Graceland. This long, breathtakingly beautiful run is a hidden gem of the resort in my opinion. As we head back up the lift, my brothers do this thing every year where they try to convince me to go down an easy double black diamond, which I consider to be the complete opposite of Graceland, and I always deny, and instead we go to the terrain park. Usually I'll just ski down the side of the terrain park with my parents and kind of cheer my brothers on, but this past time, I decided to do some jumps, and it ended with me doing a full pizza in the air and then landing on the ground and sliding down the remainder of the hill on my bottom. Even though that was more embarrassing than falling on the lift, as a child, I laughed it off and continued to ski with my family until the closing of the resort. Even though I'm exhausted and sore by the time the resort closed, I became overwhelmingly sad as I head down the last run of the day. From my dad yelling at me to wake up at 6 a.m., to wiping out at the terrain park, and everything in between, these ski trips are always a day of bliss for my family. It's an escape, and for that, I will always be extremely thankful for this tradition.